Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, we got a nice size. There you go. Qualifying. We're here tonight, BNR Truck at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Um, Great track. Very fun. That's for sure. Good to watch a race here and all that other stuff. I do see turn 4 is not packed. Anywho, we'll go over a little race day stuff before we do our little shindig here. Oh, bruh. I forgot the... 1 second. There we go. That's what I wanted. Sorry about that, but go over a little race day information. So, as we have here, once again, we want to thank Track Cams for allowing us to use the cameras, bringing the best views on the track and stuff like that. But anyway, track temp is 118 degrees Fahrenheit. It is in Concord, North Carolina. The weather outside itself is 83 degrees. Hell, I wish it was like that when we were there. 42% humidity, partly cloudy, a 9-mile-per-hour wind. They do have 50% fuel, 7 sets of tires. They have 130 laps, which is 195 miles. They do have 2 quick fixes. They do have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. And could anyone dethrone Zach Rongich? Find out tonight. Anyway, alongside of me tonight as well, hello, hello.
Hello to yourself, Brian. Interesting race here scheduled tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like a lot of qualifiers attempting to set a lap, unlike most days where it's only a handful and then you see the rest of them starting in the rear.
Oh, yeah. Charlotte.
So word...
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, sir.
I was going to say word in the garage area is about 23 and a half laps of fuel. So 23 laps if you got the hard chargers up in the front of the field that are going to be coming in. 22, 23 laps if we get a full tank run. Then you have others, your savers or your conservers. They might try to get maybe 24 to 25 laps out of a tank, so that'll be one to watch as well, Brian.
Yes, indeed, Will. So, 22 competitors tonight. That's always an awesome thing to see. I am going to go over the starting grid here. So starting P1 will be Jason Higginbotham. P2 will be Nick Rader. P3 will be Patrick Getner. P4 will be Jaden Sanchez. P5 will be Sammy Archibald. P6 will be Brandon Moore. P7 will be AJ DeMarzo. P8 will be Zachary Rongich. P9 will be Cody Parker. P10 will be Philip Bridgman. P11 will be Skylar Sigston. P12 will be Alan Daronco. P13 will be Ernest King. P14 will be Randy Koken. P15 will be George Rincon. P16 will be Shane Wielden. P17 will be Joe Stipe. P18 will be Josh Smalls. P19 will be Brian Schwartz. P20 will be Stanley Jr. P21 will be Dion Johnson. P22 will be Robert Amaral. And as we see here, the wonderful starting grid of all these drivers when they take off. Delta runway. So, well, as we see here, 130 laps. I thought I had it set. Oh, that's right. I don't know why it's not nighttime. I must have messed that up, but that's alright. Um, but Pace Truck comes around there and brings them around. You know how tricky this track can be.
Yes, it can be somewhat slick, somewhat just. It can be a handful at times, especially 3 and 4, very different than 1 and 2. Two distinct, different turns at each end of the track.
Well,
Higgy
and
got
the
a new
green
number.
flag. Yep.
Wow, look at all the spreading out is going on off the start. Holy moly. You don't normally see that here at Charlotte because of how narrow this 1.5 miles is. The narrowest 1.5 miles on the circuit if we don't throw in the new configuration of Atlanta. Looks to be a pretty clean lap 1 at the moment.
Oh, I like these camera views. Well, look at that.
Yes, a great camera view of the medical center right there. Yes, that's a nice turn 1 and 2 view. I do like that. Looks like it's as if it's mounted up on the fence. We got some throwback paint schemes tonight. We got Brandon Moore in a Dale Jr. / Casey Kane Klondike, Brad Kozlowski Klondike Bar paint scheme. We got Zachary Rongich in either a Darrell Waltrip or Neil Bonnet Junior Johnson Budweiser paint scheme. We got Nick Rader in that Dale Jr. Patriotic car. We got the Piedmont Airlines 144. That number 2 Tide machine looks very familiar to a Kevin Harvick brand Tide machine at one point.
Phillip and the AC/DC machine there.
Yeah, I believe he started 10th. He's already made his way up into 6th. So early mover, early on, Philip Bridgman. Very good on the opening stints, I would have to say. Fresh tires. And I would say he's got a good short run pace just about everywhere we go.
Oh, yeah. So you said roughly about 24.5 laps of fuel these boys get?
23.
23, okay. So 23.5 to 24, depending on who can get what.
Yeah, I would suggest some of the people further back might try to save a little bit, but all depends on who is back there. But at the moment, great battle going on for the lead. Brandon Moore, Nick Rader, Zachary Rongich, Jaden Sanchez, Philip Bridgman, Higgy, Archibald. Man, just the whole top 10 right there, bam. But as they come out of turn 2, going down the back straightaway, it's basically the top 8 separated by 0.8 of a second. And they're all there. They are all still there. 6 laps into the race, about to come to lap 7. Zachary Rongich looking to the inside of Brandon Moore. We got a whole bunch of teammates trying to get by that lonesome 38 up there. It's like a fighter squadron.
Oh, yeah. Great little camera views here. The pan away into turns 3 and 4 with a quick turn. There you go.
Yeah, it's almost as if the camera truck or invisible camera trolley is just going into the garage area.
But at least,
Oh, Zachary Rongich almost tagged the wall, getting that high arcing in. Uh, almost, yeah, almost got the wall there, Brian.
oh yeah.
You can kind of now start to see the field starting to spread apart, are kind of just get in line now for the most part. Everybody getting a good feel for their racecraft, their truck early on. 130 laps. This is pretty much a full race distance. I think a real life truck race here is 135 laps.
45.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm 15 off. It's okay. But basically, I guess you would call this an 85%er, maybe an 80% distance race.
Yes, sir. They are doing very well. Maintaining everything. Keeps these boys on their feet. We had to do this many laps here because it's the historical Charlotte. So, well, the track's not historical, but just the event itself here at Charlotte is always a good one. And boy, these camera views are just all over the place.
A lot of great side by side further back from about seventh on back, I believe. Somebody just lost a load of positions. I believe that was me. No, that was the 19. That was the 19. There's some argy-bargy looks like going on.
Now we'll stay a little closer to the field here.
I believe there is a house on fire in the distance, or maybe in the person having some distress. Here's some sirens going on, Brian. But yeah, everybody going pretty good so far. 12 laps into this race. There you see Ernest King trying to make his way up through the field. I don't believe he qualified too well, but he normally always has good race pace.
Yeah, he always does very good on race pace. Some of these boys have difficult qualifying, but their race pace is great. We have some guys who qualify better and some who, but excuse me, Sam Archibald there in that 75 got himself a top 10 truck at the moment. Yeah, 48 of Randy Koken.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, Brian. Some people just aren't great at qualifying, especially whenever you just have 1 or 2 laps to go out there and set the quickest time possible. Sometimes it's all about coming up to speed, and if you don't come up to speed the right way, then it's just not going to be a great lap. And a lot of things can factor into not getting a great lap, but just if you aren't that well at qualifying, well, maybe you can make that up with your race pace, and we do see a lot of competitors having good race pace. So, but teammates up the front in the top 3 positions, Rongich, Sanchez, and Rader, take your top 3 spots. Higgy moved up into 4th after starting on the pole. He dropped back a few positions. Brandon Moore now falling all the way down to 5th after leading early going on here. But man, whole train, we got a whole train here. Zachary Rongich has a 2.5 lead from this train of foursome. Wonder how he got that big of a lead. We were so focused with the action in the back. Unfortunately, we just can't split screen or do a side by side, but maybe one day we'll be able to
do that. Yes.
Yes, one day.
One day we'll have to eventually get there. So far, so good.
Thirsty person tonight. Philip
Hey.
Bridgman dropping way down the order. He is now in 18th position. So, man, just always has that short run pace, Brian, but never seems to find the long run pace. Looks like he might have brushed the wall there. Oh, he's coming into the pits. 88 truck coming into the pits. This is surely not a scheduled pit stop. Oh, you can see a lot of damage on that right side, Brian.
Yes. Very unfortunate. Poor Phil. Oh, we got this big cluster cahoots back here.
Yeah, that's about 8 trucks, maybe more, all under each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Man, and this is all just outside. This is 11th on back. Ernest King leads this pack around, and they are 7 seconds off the race leading pace. But man, they are fighting as if they are all battling for first. I tell you what, you see George Rincon there had to check up just a little bit for Samuel in the 75 there, but George trying to find a way around that yellow and blue machine. Just can't quite seem to get the best way around.
I hope that guy's nose is alright for running over that gopher camera there.
Ernest seems to be able to stay in front of this pack. He's had several challengers trying to get by, but he's been able to hold it steady in that 11th spot. But they keep dropping further back. They're dropping about a second a lap. How hard they're racing.
Yes, well, a lot of that side-by-side will tend to do that. Wear and tear on tires, unfortunately, will do that. What the hell are we on,
Jaden Sanchez dropping down now to 5th position. So pit stop should be occurring in about a lap or two. Oh, we have AJ in the pits now. He is the first scheduled pit taker, stopping at least a lap or two early.
Yeah. We got Sammy Archibald and Brian Schwartz making their scheduled pit stops. Well, pit road is going to be tricky here.
And this battle back here for 11th on back is just heated. They just keep intensifying it every lap, it seems like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, scheduled pit stops are occurring, so they're now moving up the order a little bit. But
which, by the way, well, because I know you are a Kyle Busch fan, I saw today that his crew set the world record in pit stops at Richmond. Fastest four-stop tire change.
well, good for them. That is fantastic. Don't really mean nothing, but
Yeah, unfortunately. But that's all right. Anywho. Well, do you think we'll see some of these boys that stay at it a little bit longer and extend that mileage there?
if it stays green for an extensive period of time, everybody cycles back around. You know, they kind of get back where they were when this all started. I do suspect it'll help some of the runners that are going longer than others, but it all depends on if we see a caution or not.
Probably.
I heard from, well, you know, never know. I was hearing from a couple of the drivers that they were thinking that this could be a fuel mileage race, which, you know, it kind of turns into that at 50% fuel capacity. So,
Oh yeah.
I would I would almost think, the longer you can go, of course, you got the best opportunity or the best chance, of course. But that also means that the longer I'm going to stay out here, compared to the people that just pitted, say, 3 or 4 laps before me, I'm going to be losing that much more time uh, when I do pit, and then I'm going to come back out on track, and that's just more time I'm going to have to make up.
You see Jaden Sanchez there, up the back of Randy Koken. And those boys up here made their scheduled pit stops already. You see the 2 to the quarter of the 48 there for position ads for P9 and 10. They're up there with. So this pack had already pitted up there in the top 10. So.
Yes, everybody up here in the top 10, especially Philip Bridgman, he is in 5th place. Look at all the spots he gained from pitting so early. But we do have to stress that he pitted about 5.
I think 5 to 6 laps earlier, something like that.
Yes. Oh yes, at least 6 laps before everybody else. So, but everyone else inside the top 10, maybe top 13, I would say, are at least a lap, maybe 3 apart from one another as far as tires go and fuel.
Nice. Well, as they're coming up to 100 laps to go. Not bad at all.
Higgy trying to reel back in Zachary Rongich. And it seems he is kind of the only competitor at the moment that has anything for that 21 machine. Everybody else just kind of, biding their time, just doing their own pace. As you can see, 1.5 seconds or 1.25 seconds here at Charlotte isn't really a big gap. It kind of is like it's enough breathing room to feel comfortable, but at the same time, it's not really a big gap.
Correct.
I think Higgy, your pole sitter here, I think he's going to have the best pace to be able to chase down Rongich. Also, you never know, traffic could come into play as well, but...
Indeed. As you're starting to see here, we're getting some traffic in between Zachary there. So, anything is possible. Well, you see there the 33 losing 2 spots there. Phillip fell back to 8th position.
So,
10th. Oh, that 16's in the wall. Oof. Hard hit by the 16. Oh, Joe. Did good. Kept it out of the way of that 19. He just left her right in the wall. Wonder if he got it caught with the speeding penalty going into the pits. He is currently 3 laps down. Right behind him is Jaden Sanchez there on the lead lap. So, well, as we know, the phenomenal lap down cars could probably play a part of this race with people gaining and losing. But we currently do have 2 cars 1 lap down, which is Brian and Dion.
Yep, if they can get a caution here before the next competitor, Josh Small, if they can get a caution before he gets put a lap down, one of them could get their lap back for sure. But closing in again, Brian, it's just how fast it comes around sometimes, but about to be closing in on pit stops yet again.
Yes, well, it just ticks and ticks, and a snap of a finger, pal, they're doing more pit stops, Will. You see here, George Rincon caught up behind, well, this is all for position there, besides that 77. That 77 is just pacing and getting used to the tracks, and he does a great job out there, or Robert Amaro.
Well, he's running right behind Dion there in the 78. They're just running that bottom line, letting everybody go by on the top. George Rincon still looking for a way by Archibald there in the 75. Just maybe, nope, decides not to go down to the bottom in turn 3.
Indeed, Will, as he now makes his pass by Archibald for that position. Now you got the 04 of Duranco creeping up on Sammy there. And you got Stanley Jr. there, P16. See, Philip Bridgman unfortunately is making his scheduled pit stop. Fortunately, as we said, Will, he had pitted 6 laps prior to when these boys.
Well, this is scheduled for him. He pitted at
Yes.
lap 18. This is now lap 38, so this is scheduled for him.
Yes, sir. You see,
George finally got by the 75, eh? Oh, man. 75 got in the wall coming out of turn 2. Treacherous place to get into the wall. You normally see that coming out of turn 4, but... Oh, and there's the 14 again.
Yep. Well, as you know, they had a little wind gust going down that backstretch there, which plays a factor. So... So far, so good. 40 of 130 in the books now.
Yep, 90 laps to go.
Been ironic. We seen something like this last week on Saturday. Well, they just did a good job and kept it, relaxed and, oh, looks like Brandon Moore hit the wall a little bit there. You see his right side all dinged up there.
Yep, you can't see the 3 no more in the 38 on the right side. You just see the 8, which that's probably fine with him.
You see Brian Schwartz letting them go by. He said, all right, I'm a lap down. Not too worried about it. Go ahead. You boys are fighting for position there. We'll just let you go, which is a good thing to do. Well, and and I know this is a rhythm track.
Oh, yes.
If you ain't got the rhythm, it is going to be difficult for you the longer you go. You see Randy Koken now making his scheduled pit stop.
I would say half of your mile and a halfs are rhythm tracks and the other half are just letting it go, just letting it eat.
Yep. AJ DeMarzo now making his scheduled pit.
Higgy was able to run down Longich to a 2 1/4, and then Longich opened that lead back up again to a 2 1/2. So, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's got anything for Zachary or not. before this cycle of pit stops opened up, it seems like he had opened up the lead a bit more on everybody else for about 4 to maybe 6 second separation behind the 144. So, but hey, anybody just needs a caution. Just
Oh,
get
yeah.
them back in contention. Get that space all equalized, and everybody. Here comes the 14 for his scheduled pit stop.
Here comes Ernest King, and as you said, the 14. The 6, the 75. Skylar Sixton there running P5. Good run by him. As we see Wrongitch and Higginbotham now making their pits. So they're coming in. The 19 stayed out of Patrick and Brandon Moore. So
did Sanchez, Sixton, and Parker. George Rincon. These are the ones that we suspect to go the distance, or at least farther than others.
yes, sir, indeed.
I would suspect the 88 would have done that, Philip Bridgman, if he would not have pounded the wall a couple of times.
That's not a bad looking truck, to be honest with you. No, it's not. He did a very good job on making that. He did. Very good job.
His second ever custom paint scheme, and pretty good job, I would have to agree as well.
So you got Sanchez and Parker now making their pits. The 19. But you got Brandon Moore, Sixton, Rincon.
Ginter almost hit
that wall. Yeah, yes, he did.
He almost that caught my eye. About scared me.
Duranko now in the pit. And Josh.
You could just see how much quicker the fresh tire pace is compared to old tire. You know, the leaders coming out of pit. Well, your leaders, yes, coming out of pit road, coming up to speed with the fresh tire. They are coming around. The leader at the moment, Brandon Moore, like he was just sitting still. And Johnson there in that Jack Daniels, I didn't know he had Jack Daniels until now. Can I have some? Anywho, we got some right side damage on the side there.
Yes, of Robert Amaro. And as he is a great competitor there, giving them all the outside lane as he stays out the way.
Johnson says, man.
Oh, Sanchez in the wall. You don't want to do that, Jaden.
Oh, man. That was a tank slapper into the wall. He was catching it, and he ran out of track. And I don't necessarily think the front hit the wall first. Maybe the passenger side door back to the quarter.
Rincon still hasn't pitted yet. Oh, now he's pitting. So what would you say? He stayed out an extra 6 to 7 laps? No, I would probably say about 5. 5 more extra laps, yeah.
4 to 5.
Mm-hmm. So he should be.
Like we said, if this race.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Man, we just want to talk at the same time. This would probably be a lot easier.
Oh, Marley. Good save.
Yes, that was an excellent save by the 57 of Skylar Sixton. Excellent save. He was drifting that machine all the way through 3 and 4. That was a handful for him. Tremendous round of applause for him. That is amazing. He was able to hang on and catch it. Now, go back to George Rincon's strategy here. I would suspect if this race could stay, if this race stays green for the entire 130 laps. Got to be on the lookout for people like George Rincon that are just going longer than others.
Yes, Will, I do agree with you. I do believe he will be there at the end.
Randy making a pass on the 88 of Phillip.
Yes.
All these different strategies coming up and down the order.
Oh, yeah. You know, and I know you can play the... your buddy can, sorry.
Yes, if you could just play all the strategy cards right, Brian.
Yes.
You can
yeah.
come out and just be the one on top. I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I was getting messages and stuff like that. Let's go back for these awesome camera views. I enjoy them.
The 94 of Schwartz, he not quite in the way, but I thought he was going to get turned a time or two by Jaden there, but thankfully he did not. It looks like he's got the pace. He just, unfortunately, just a lap down.
Oh, yeah. And that indeed. Randy having a great run tonight with Jaden and...
oh,
God. I know, I just jinxed it. And I told him before I left that I won't jinx him, and unfortunately, I think I did. So
Jaden almost got too greedy and almost straddled that white line. Almost got those left sides on the apron. You know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get too complacent or get too comfortable in how much wheel you are turning into the corner. And that'll get you down there on that apron, and that'll send you straight up into the wall if you're not careful, or right around, one of the two.
I tell you what, for a young kid, he does a great job out on track. He's starting to adapt.
And I think he's starting to mature a little bit more as well from the past couple of months that I've been able to watch him.
I agree, yes. He's getting better with the group and learning all the drivers out here, so that's always good. Great competitor out there. So George Rincon there, the last guy on the lead lap. But Will, I think he's got plenty of fuel when it comes down to the end to make it. So with the strategy that he went in, now as we come through here we go, camera splits away.
I think George just needs to stay on the lead lap. He needs to keep that buffer between him and the leader. 27 seconds off the pace. That may sound like a lot, but that's also about 5, give or take, between 3 to 5 seconds buffer from you and the race leader. So if you can keep that buffer and you don't go a lap down, if a caution comes out, hey, you're not worried about being trapped a lap down, and you can hopefully still do that strategy you're playing with because you still got a lot of time left in this race. So while you're doing these types of fuel strategy situations, the whole key is not to try to go a lap down while doing so. And if you do go a lap down, you want to make sure that you don't lose pace with the race leader or go further than just one lap down. We see Ernest trying to make up some more ground here, get back, I was going to say get back inside the top 10, but he's already there. My apologies, Ernest. But, yeah, 9th place running at the moment. Good run going for Ernie.
Oh, yeah. I see Kyle Higginbotham finally got by Zachary.
Oh, he did, and we didn't even see the pass for the lead because we were so wrapped up in other stuff. Look at that. Man, that is heartbreaking. About the 4th lead change on merit tonight whenever it doesn't concern green flag scheduled stops. Yes, the 144 did get around the 21. Now he has the same buffer that Zachary had over him. So
Good
quite
run.
interesting.
I'll tell you what, good run so far. Not a caution yet, so that's good. Now Bridgman,
This
unfortunately.
battle for eighth place is very intensified. We have four trucks battling for uh, all of these positions here, from eighth all the way down to 11th. I thought we had the 04 in this scrap, but I think he backed off a little bit.
I do indeed, well, believe so.
Oh, Miley doing somewhat of a slide, not a full slide job, but Ernest was trying to do a crossover, get underneath Skyler, but didn't really have the run nor momentum to do so.
Sellner, hello, buddy.
33 of Parker kind of got past Randy there. Indeed. Hello, James. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, you see
Sad to
Randy.
see that you're not here tonight.
Randy making his scheduled pit stop.
Is this scheduled?
Yes. Zachary coming in a little earlier.
Yeah, he lost the lead. Now he's going to short pit.
Yes. So you got Rongich, Raider, Randy, all in the pits. You got Ernie there in the 24. Moving up to 7th. Brian Schwartz now in the pits. Rincon back up to P9. If
Man, these
any,
guys back here, they're not letting it go an inch. The
no,
04 and Ernie and Parker there, man, they are letting it, letting each other have it just about.
yep, you see Dion Johnson there, or one New Zealand driver. A great job every week by him. Always good to have different folks in here. These guys are getting better, well, I would say, with each other
we got
to extend these green flag runs. As you see here now, Higginbottom's now making his pit. I don't know, Sanchez pit. No, he didn't. Now you got Ernest
Wilden.
King. Oh, go ahead.
Wilden only took right sides and some gas. He had 11.1 second stop, so he might be trying to play some strategy to get ahead of some lappers, and maybe if a caution comes out, set himself up for a lucky dog position, perhaps. I just saw that. I thought that was interesting. There you have, like you said, we have we got a few nationalities represented here, a few nations. We got Canada represented by a few drivers. Of course,
Oh,
America
19. Don't do
by
that. Sorry.
yeah, that was a bit questionable.
And thank you, James. We try to do our best, bud, in the booth. We enjoy you coming out, supporting us, and giving us that dealio. So,
Yes, the love.
So, Higginbotham here getting around the 94, the 14, the 21. Well, I wonder if that little contact affected that 21. Don't think. Not too much, but.
Well, the 19 was for sure trying to give way. He was trying to hold station on the bottom, but possibly, maybe the old tires or just the handling at the moment was just gone away, and it just walked up the track a little bit on him. And unfortunately, Rongich was coming with the head of steam that he had with the fresh tire. So
that indeed. You see Zachary Rongich and Brian Schwartz and Stanley Jr. there. Uh, trying to make some way here. Zach. Impressive, Will. That's all I'm saying. Impressive. For now. For now.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that Zachary
Oh, there he
Rong is
goes. No. Good save by Sammy. I don't know if you see that, but
Yes, I did. Uh,
he pulled up in
I
front
was
of Rincon.
I was kind of surprised that Zachary could not get back by Iggy uh, on this wave of pit stops because he pitted sooner. Maybe traffic had to play a big factor into all of that.
Taranco now in the pits. You see Brandon Moore now making his stop. Josh Smalls.
Rincon's either going to pit this lap or the next lap. Maybe 2 laps from now. Either this lap or 2 laps from now.
Yes. You see Rincon reeling in the 57 of Skyler. Because Skyler was letting all the lap down cars go on by.
Well, yeah, they got the fresh tire, and I think he for sure is pitting this lap. He's getting down to the bottom of the track.
Yeah.
Would not
Rincon
surprise
staying
me
out.
for sure.
Once everybody makes their scheduled pit stops, we'll do our thing here and a Rincon there, still going. That 28 machine. Great competitor, great guy. That is for sure. He does very well when he's here. Fortunately, sometimes he gets caught in some things, and but good run so far by George.
I don't think he's going to stay on the lead lap this time, though.
Don't think so. He's pitting now.
It's going to be awful close. I would for sure be surprised if he could stay on the lead lap this time.
Oh yeah. But well, we're gonna go to our little segment here, so we can breather. Enjoy, boys. Our crank it up motion. You see here the 21 of Zachary Rongich there, P2. Oh, we got a guy through the grass. Oh, Parker. I will keep it green. But Higgy with almost 3-second lead over Zach.
Yes, that Piedmont Airlines throwback scheme really taking off now in the after the halfway point of this race, I would have to say. I pretty much knew, Brian, once he got into the lead, it'd be hard to run him back down. I don't know if he just had a bad start off the get-go, a bad launch off the initial race start. We haven't had any other restarts to judge off of, but man, once he got back going, picked up those spots that he lost, and he was able to run down Rongich and pass him. We unfortunately did not see the pass, but it did done happen, and yeah, he has opened that lead up big time. Zachary Rongich falling off.
In the pitch, that's why.
No, yeah, yes, pit stops yet again. Man, like you said earlier, as soon as you get done with them, man, you got to do them again. Might have to think about maybe for next season, maybe giving these boys a little bit more fuel, Brian.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Maybe you know, I'm not saying like a lot. I'm just 5 or 10% more fuel, so they can go a couple of more laps.
These boys, well, I'll tell you what, these boys got their pit stop shotted down. That's for sure.
Well, that is one thing you could say they will know and learn by racing in the BNR Racing League. How to come on and off pit road. They will learn.
Oh yeah. You see Patrick making his pit stop now. Rincon up there in P5. Still one lap down, but he would get that back.
You took a small break, and now it sounds like you lost your best friend. Is everything okay with you, Brian?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Just check
Higginbotham now making his scheduled pit stop, Will. That now puts George Rincon and all those other fellers who are a lap down back on that lead lap.
For being a Yankee, whenever you have been living in the South for as long as you have, you got that dual accent going on there, and it just, man, certain phrases, you're a funny fella, I tell you what. Anywho,
90 of 130 complete. I'm impressed, Will. I hate to say it, but I am.
What is that, 60 laps? No, 40 to go.
Cool, everybody running over the gopher cam. That poor gopher cam, bro.
I've always wondered how they put cameras in racetracks.
I don't know. Maybe they cut a hole and put maybe, you ever see them, that's like a little circle cam, but probably,
Oh, Archibald scraped the wall there coming out of turn 4. Yeah, we could probably look it up on YouTube after this racetrack. It's probably there.
Ernest King going by the 57. Rincon up to P3. Got the Ronco in the pits. Brian Schwartz and Joe Stipe. Josh Small running P8. Good run for him tonight. You see Rincon there. Consistent. Oh, Sammy, you better be easy with that apron, boy. That apron will bite you. That
Yep,
is.
him and Jaden Sanchez has been like the two worst about trying to get all they can get in 1 and 2.
Yep.
They've been really close to wiping out and taking
Sanchez
somebody
now
else
on
with
the
them.
pitch.
Oh, and Robert. Wow, almost.
That was close. I was gonna say that was very close.
I was thought he was gonna hit it for a moment.
But you see here, you got Higgy and Zachary running down those guys in the front there.
Yeah, really good race, I would have to say. There's been battles all over the place, and there hasn't been battles you've been worried about the pit strategy everybody's been trying to unfold.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was just checking the time to see what day I left.
Let's hope they can get it done within the amount of time.
That should be right.
Somebody just had a 14.9 second stop. Can't see it because I can't see their initials because their initials are blocked by the scoring tower, but that's fine. I don't want to know anyway. Only 8 competitors on the lead lap at this moment in time, but we're still waiting for 2 of them to make their scheduled pit stops.
You see here, Wrongitch gonna go by Rincon there for that P2. Higgy gonna go by Rincon.
Yeah, I don't want to really say that the ones that are out there still saving fuel or are still trying to go the distance that they can. I don't want to say that they're sitting ducks, but they're just on a completely different strategy than the other ones that are passing them.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Wrongitch, through either traffic or pits, has gotten back by Hagen. And, yep, very tight battle now for whoever will get
Brandon
that
Moore
spot.
making his pit stop.
So the battle for the lead about to be interesting, producer man. I would suggest. Philip Bridgman dragging the wall, trying to drag the wall completely down, but yeah, great battle going on, raging on at the moment for this lead overall. The nearest competitor is Nick Rader, 6.5 seconds back. Oh my goodness, we got Archibald trying to get out of the way, and there you go. You got Higgy going by the 21 through the inside.
Right on board, Cameron Higgy.
144 retakes the lead from the 21 yet again. 99 laps about to be complete. So we're about to have 30 laps to go, and we know for sure one more pit stop for some of these competitors, but we don't know who. I mean, we have a good guess about who. I would say everybody in the top 10. Moore and Rincon, very questionable if they can go the distance. Man, you set it up just to be an absolute nail biter if it went green.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't think you had it planned that way, but I mean, it's
no, I didn't.
we didn't script it this way. It just kind of fell into our lap this way.
Exactly.
Anyway, so the '04 of there's just some people's names I'm not even going to try to pronounce that may or may not get me a job later on in life, but oh well. The '04 trying
Duranko.
reluctantly, yes, that's why you're here. The '04 trying
Duranko.
reluctantly to get back around the 144 of Higginbottom to get his lap back, but unsuccessfully at the moment. Oh man, that was close.
Rincon in the pits. So what's his name? Sixton. That's what I was trying to get out.
Well, Sixton only an 11-second stop, so we know what he took.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
man.
I wonder if Bottom is trying to
Bottom?
whatever. I wonder if he's trying to keep him a lap down because he kind of knows that the '04, it looks like he's got some pace.
Oh, Skyler going 2 laps down. Very unfortunate.
Well, he's got fresh tire, somewhat. I say that, but it's only right side, so I don't know, Brian.
I don't know if that was the right call.
I was about to say I don't think that was the right call. As Higgy got on that white, he got on that paint stuff.
It's got Allen back around him to get back on the lead lap.
Oh, that's his first name?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot easier to say.
Allen?
I'll have to try to...
Duranko.
Oh, yeah. Duranko. Gotcha. I guess it's like Bronco without a B.
Yes!
Bronco.
But it's a Duranko.
I just said that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, I never really...
I can see clearly now.
That big television on the backstretch, if you see it...
25 to go, Will!
If you see it at your television at home, it doesn't do it justice of how bright it is in real life, like in person.
Oh yeah, we seen it. It was pretty bright.
And you can actually see pretty good, like whenever they show a replay or like they're showing, you know, live action footage on that big giant television. You know, you can see pretty good back there.
Yes. As we come to 24 to go. Oh yeah, we're still good. Don't mind me. Just see switch. See the time left. Anyway, wrong itch there, P2. Raider, P3. These boys are making their scheduled pit stops. This should be the last one. Maybe.
It should be, but you never know.
I was gonna say, maybe. You just never know. You got Parker coming in to make his pit, so you got Wrongich in the pit. Raider coaching Brandon. Parker. Higgy now making his scheduled pit stop. You see, you got AJ and Rincon there, battling it out. And then you have Robert Amaro. You got Joe Stite making his pit stop. Excuse me. Will, as we're closing in on 20 to go. Oh, 19's in the wall.
And that's the race leader, too.
Mm-hmm. Which Rincon is coming up on the race leader. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. That's Josh Small. And, Junior in the pits. Bridgman. King. Wheeldon. The leader now making his pit stop. Now Jaden staying out. Now Josh Smalls trying to get by Jaden to get his lap back there. You see there, Josh Small got by. You got Zachary Rongich up the back end of that 144. Well, coming to 18 to go.
Yeah, this is about the closest this battle has been all night or all evening. Besides the last sequence, or the last couple of sequences of stops. Wonder if Zachary can stay attached to him. Oh, and the producer in the truck said we're going to cut away now. Obviously thought that this was more important.
You see Allen making his pit stop. Oh, as they run over the camera again and again.
Oh, they're coming up on 75.
Yes.
Oh, Zachary got a bit tight and came out the corner right behind the 75. Almost ran into the back tailgate. Sanchez
making his scheduled pit stop now.
And this will put the lead back in the hands of the 144 at Higginbottom. Zachary right behind, just a couple of truck lengths behind the 144. Not sure if he has anything for him or not, Brian. Looks like he's gonna have to. Looks like he's gonna start going down the plateau and just falling away slowly but surely.
Oh yeah.
But looks like perhaps they are coming up on some traffic.
Oh yeah, and you know that always plays a big
tires.
factor.
Oh yes. 15 laps to go. Very, very surprised and round of applause by everybody in this race.
And
tonight.
there's the caution.
Well, 115 laps green, Brian.
Yes. That's just called coming out of the pits and punching it. There's fresh tires and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, those cold tires, trying to bring them up to temperature and that apron down there is fairly rather bumpy, I would have to say, Brian, and uh, it can be kind of common to see the racecraft bottom out quite a bit on that apron, and especially coming up to speed. If you're coming up to speed too quickly on the apron, that is the result. And unfortunately, first caution of the night happening with just 15 laps to go. We see everybody that wants to be a part of coming down and getting 4 fresh tires. Here they are, and 144 most definitely wins the race from the 21. 23, they were so spread apart whenever they entered pits. I mean, you run so long, green flag, something is bound to happen sooner or later. Not too surprised we did eventually get a caution, but I wouldn't have been surprised either if we could have got 130 laps green. That would have been a sight to see.
Let's see. Look at this man a holler. Oh, why are we in the waiting room? I don't know. That's alright. Zach.
We're in the waiting room?
What's up,
Yeah,
buddy?
yes we are. But that's
Well then.
alright. That's alright. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, that was a nice, very nice long run.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, your teammate brought out the yellow, but
Yeah, we know. Kind of needed that, though.
oh, but go ahead, Will.
Well, kind of needed that. Kind of brings me to the question of, you got anything for him here on the short run?
Oh, 100%. The only thing that messed me up there was I had a big lead and we did a couple cycles there, and I just got lazy and smacked the wall, and I lost straightaway speed. So he got by me, and since then I've just been trying to kind of short pit and play a strategy to get in front of him. But even a lap on tires is just it's way bigger of an advantage. So I've just been trying to get that back because I made a mistake, and now we're equal. So it's game on.
So have you repaired your truck? Is everything back to
Oh, yeah.
100%?
Yep.
Everything's up to snuff. All
Yep.
right. Well, best of luck to you, Zach. Hopefully you could get back, your dominant performance before you kind of tag the wall there. So best of luck to you, Zach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Maybe, yeah, good job. Alright, let's get back up into the broadcast room. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. You got me now. Let's see, who else?
I thought it said broadcast booth whenever I clicked in it. Oh.
Let's see, talk to Josh real quick.
6 of them. 7 of 'em.
Josh!
Yes, sir.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm fighting it, man. I'm fighting it.
P6, that pit stop, I mean, that caution came out, did help y'all.
Oh, yeah. I got lucky. I needed it.
How's that truck doing?
It's handling good. I can put it anywhere on the track. It's just, it's hanging with these fast guys, man. We're going to see what she can do.
All right,
Yes.
best of luck to you, Josh. Do you think you can jump up there in 3 rows in about 10 laps?
I'm going to give it one heck of a try.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Josh.
Sorry,
Good luck to
I
you.
didn't realize you guys were going green that fast, so, but good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, all right, all right. As Higgy will lead them back to Greenville with 10 to go. So,
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty even start on the restart. Nick Rader going to try to give him a push, maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
yep.
We
There'll
got
be
some
the
stacking
second.
up going in the back. Oh, we got another caution. Another yellow is out. We had a chain reaction stack up occurring. And cautions breed the cautions, unfortunately. This is what happens whenever you've been racing the entire evening. You haven't had any restarts except for the initial start of the race, which was, oh goodness, it was over an hour ago, probably. I'm going to assume someone spun their tires. Oh, yep. Unfortunately, that was Robert Amaral who spun his tires. He was having, we had mentioned he was having a great run, just staying out of trouble. He might be 3 laps down, but hey, he was still giving it all he got. But kind of like we mentioned, just spun his tires. Haven't had too many restarts tonight. You know, that was our first caution of the evening, so coming back to the restart area and, you know, cold tires perhaps, or just a heat cycle on the tires. I think he came down and pitted whenever it was his turn, so possibly just cold tires and putting down the throttle and unfortunately just slipped.
Now we can try it again. Alright,
Yeah.
now that we got you. And
Yes,
now
sir.
that the caution came back out. Like I said, we had that long, nice, I think Will counted 115 laps green, which was very good.
Oh, yeah.
Impressive. How was your car in the long run? Did you show any long run speed at all?
It's being consistent. That's what me and Brandon were working on. I know Brandon was helping me out with a fuel strategy. He said, "Stay with it because it's working for you." So, and that's what got me where, where I was actually getting ready to come in when the caution come out, and I was like, "Whoop, stay right out."
Oh, yeah. P6,
So, I mean,
just like you said, you were pulling for a top 5 or a top 10. So, that's
what I'm
always
shooting
good.
for.
Now, do you think cautions are going to breed cautions now from here to the end?
I think so. I don't think we're done. I think these guys they're going to fight what they can get, and we're at least going to have one more, I think. So let's just hope we can stay out of it.
Yes.
That's what I'm hoping for. You know, good finish, and my strategy will pay off. And I'm just trying to play smart and see where it takes me. You know, I just need good finishes. I'm always getting a magnet on the wrecks, so hopefully I can change that around going into the playoff.
Yes, sir. Good luck there, kind sir.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Who else is up here in the front? Higginbotham. Alright. Let's see, talk to... Hello, Nick. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy.
How
Hey,
are
Nick.
you?
What's up?
So coming down to the closing stages of this race, caution breeding cautions at this point, we suspect. Nick, do you think you are going to try to help your teammate get the win here tonight, or is it going to be every man for themselves, or what's the battle strategy trying to get around the 144?
Just lost so much time on the pit road, couldn't gain it back. But yeah, I'm going to help Zach any way I can, or AJ, but we're definitely going to race for it. So it should be a good shootout to the end here.
Oh, yeah. Wow, these caution laps go quick.
Well, Nick, before we let you go, what has been so far this this race tonight. We had like 115 laps green, but before the cautions and everything, what has been your summary of the racing so far, Nick?
Oh, it's been real good. Just trying to keep pace with these two, Zach and Jason. Done a pretty good job with it. Just lost that time on pit road and couldn't gain it back. So we kind of got an even playing field here and see if we can go get a win.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, Nick. Go get them,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, well, 6 to go. As we said this before. Hopefully they look like they're all good. So.
Yes, it'll be 5 laps to go when they come back to the stripe. The base truck will peel off in turn 4. Hopefully it doesn't hit the barrels. So we got the 144, the 21, the 23, the 5, the 19, the 13, the 28, the 38, the 48, the 57, the 23, the 24, and who is that?
Green flag's out. Barney the flagman waves it. Coming to 5 to go.
Pretty good jump for the 144 Piggy. Piggy gets up high, get that arc into turn 1 and 2. You got Nick Rader and AJ working that bottom. Really love to throw a rough Discord right now. But
Oh!
Huge crash in turns 3 and 4, taking out all of the field behind 6th place, I would have to say. Huge crash right in the tunnel turn bump of 3 and 4. Oh, man. Oh, we got a truck on the barrels. That is the 13 of Josh Small. He is on the barrels. Marley says ride with Marley, so Josh, you are stuck on the barrels. If this was real life, that'd be a red flag, but this is not, so thank our lucky stars. George Rincon was not involved, but oh my goodness, you know what? Oh, Philip Bridgman, end over end, he took a roll and a half, and